Hello my loves, I'm Ellie Frost and this video is about, do narcissists receive their karma? Because one of the biggest confusions on the planet is that good people trying to do good things with love, unconditional love, showing narcissists unconditional love, letting them in and feeling punished in some way because there's consequences when you leave a narcissist. They have put you in a trap. You will, it's not going to be easy to leave. You're in a sticky situation. Could be financially, could be physically, could be emotionally. It probably is all of them and spiritually. So the confusion on the planet is, how come I'm a good person, trying to do my best, living a good life, and this person seems to be getting away scot-free? They're betraying people, they are doing terrible things, and their life seems to be working out. Spiritually, the narcissist can't receive. So we live in a planet that's based on free will, right? So we are the creators of our reality. We actually control the ecosystem. But until you go no consent to this, like literally reject all of these energetics, then we're allowing it in. There's free will in the universe. We're allowing this paradigm to exist. So they will receive their karma, but you have to leave them and let them receive it. While they can still pillage you, while they can still use you for resources, they're going to look like they're winning from their corrupt ways, right? And that's going to make you question yourself and think, well, maybe I shouldn't be a good person, because it seems easier for the people who aren't, right? Their karma is coming from them. Their karma is coming from them, but you have to sever the ties, right? It's a karmic universe. It's a boomerang universe. What you reap, you sow. No matter how much you think they're having a good life, they're not. They're desperate. In fact, what they are parasites living for the next source of supply. So many people think, well, they're going to, okay, if I cut the ties psychically, emotionally, physically, spiritually, they're going to go on to the next person and just suck from them and continue like living their good life. They're not living a good life. They're living a parasitic life. There's no authentic truth in it. But the more you withdraw, the more their karma is going to come for them. The universe can't serve them karma while you're consenting to the dynamic. Cut the ties. Their karma is going to come their way. And it won't be as easy for them just to go on to the next person the more definite you are in losing the enmeshment. So people think, well, they're just going to go on to the next person and exploit the next person, and then they're just going to live this life where they just get away with all this stuff, right? We get very upset about the lack of justice. They will get served their karma. And by you breaking away and severing the ties psychically, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, karma is going to work its course. They will lose their resources. They will lose their ability to exploit people. They won't be able to get away with it with the next person. But if you're still the battery source, the energetic plug-in, right, you're still fueling them, then you're allowing them to get away with it. I hope this makes sense. So energetically, you have to cut the cord, like literally just be like, they're not going to fuel off my battery source. And whatever you think about, it gets harder and harder for them. It gets harder and harder for them to keep going on that way. And the more people that withdraw and take their energy back and don't fuel this cycle, right? No consent to it. Stand in your own free will. Their karma comes for them. Their karma will come for them. But we're not revengeful people. We don't want people to be hurt. We thought we were in love with these people a lot of the time, right? So like, karma's going to come for them. They know it. It's an unsustainable entity. It can't actually sustain itself, and it can't sustain the way it lives. Their karma is going to come as a backlash bigger than you can imagine, right? And your job is to get out of the way, because while you're fueling it, you're preventing them actually learning their spiritual lessons, getting their karmic truth, and potentially having an awakening that will break them through. But you cannot break them through. So many of us think we're going to be the one. We're going to be the one to wake them up. We're going to be the one to show them unconditional love that will make them into something they're not. You can't do it for them. You've got to get out the way, let karma come their way, be completely disengaged from it, and let them have their own awakening while you go on and live your best life. That's the only way. That's the kindest thing you can do. So it looks like it's unfair. It looks like it's unjust. But I promise you, they can't escape from the things they've done. They can't escape from what they've put out in the universe. They can't escape from the spiritual warfare they've created. It is going to come back to them tenfold. Your job isn't to try and be the one who does that to them. Your job is to disengage from it, let them have their karmic awakening. Hopefully they awaken, and stay out of the way. It's not something that you can force on them or make happen for them, right? And it can seem very unfair, especially if you've been put in a situation where you've had to lose everything or lose a lot of things and move away. It can seem extremely hard. I've been there. It's extremely devastating, right? Your karma is also coming your way. It doesn't go unnoted in this universe, right? Your karma's coming your way, but you cannot consent to these entities, because otherwise you're saying, I cooperate with this. I'm allowing this in my reality. And the universe can't help you there. You have to say, I'm more powerful than this. I'm stronger than it. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to trust the universe. I'm going to let life work out for me. I don't understand how it's going to work right now, but I am not available for this anymore. The more you detach, the more good things can come your way that will surprise you, right? So you're going to have a great life. You're going to have things happen to you that are going to be the opposite of what you've experienced. The narcissist is going to get their karma, but they have to be starved of your energy first. It's your life force that's fueling them. It's harder and harder as they carry on to find new sources of supply. It's harder and harder as they carry on to avoid their karma. It's going to come their way, but you don't need to be concerned with that. What you've got to be concerned with is your karma, right? And your good coming to you, and your line in the sand. Draw the line in the sand and say you're not available for this anymore, and go towards what you want, your best life, the relationships, the people that are going to fulfill you. Don't ruminate anymore. You know this was bad for you. We so want to bring back, they project an illusion, they're magicians. We so want to bring back that person, right? The person I thought they were. It doesn't exist. But in healing the damage, right, we allow life to get good for us. We allow ourselves to let good things in. We allow ourselves to receive the love that we give, right? So we're not, so in the universe, if you know about law of attraction, it's not just, an energetic match isn't necessarily an equal energy. It's not like an empath meets an empath. An empath can meet a narcissist. It's a compatible energy. You get what you're available for. You're conscious. So the first step, so like we're talking about, like, how do I break the psychic ties? How do I heal from this? The first thing is consciousness, awareness, and no consent. That's the first thing. I do not consent to you having any of my full energy, any of my time, any of my emotion, right? It feels like a mountain to overcome, but it's actually simpler than you think when you really drill it into yourself and say no consent to this. Take it step by step, take it day by day, but no, you're just putting fuel in the tank of an entity that is feeding off your life force, a life force that could be used to be building your ideal life. They can't exist without your power, your energy, right? And no, they don't just go off and they can't have any emotional connection. They're not just going to ride off into the sunset. Karma's going to hit them, right? And a lot of us love these people, so we don't really want anything bad to happen to them. But you can't you know, you got to allow whatever you believe in, God, to take care of things, to put the balance back. And that isn't your job, right? They're going to have to learn their own karmic lessons, and you're going to have to get out of the way. Find your own power, find your own sovereignty, build your life, and stop leaking your energy into any thought, any consideration, any what could have been, any the more you withdraw, especially when you're like going through a withdrawal stage of a narcissist, the more you're going to feel the illusion of who that you thought they could have been. They're going to project it. So you might want to write down the things they actually did to you. It's an illusion. They are living off an illusion. If you feel that illusion, you'll get swept back in. You're not available for that anymore. You're not available for it anymore. The more of us that pull back our power, the more we starve that energy on the planet, and they know it. That's why they're coming in hard right now. Starve that energy, go on to your best life, create a world that's full of beautiful connections, beautiful relationships, true like emotional availability for people, true caring, true loving, true unconditional love, true unity consciousness, the thing that we actually came to do here, right? You've got to starve that energy, not try and redeem it. It's not your job to. They've got to learn their own lessons, so leave them there, let them do that. Release it every day as much as you can. So any questions, let me know. Lots of love. I'll speak to you soon.